All right, guys, it's about time we talk about Merlot. And I'm pretty sure you've probably heard the word Merlot before. You've heard about this grape and wine, but maybe you just don't know much about it. And I really want you to, because for the longest time, I was that person who said, no, Merlot, I'm not drinking Merlot. And a lot of people did. So we'll talk about why that happened and why a lot of people were really turned off from drinking Merlot for a while. But essentially what I think now of Merlot is that this wine is so smooth that it really makes you feel fancy while you're drinking it, but at the same time, it's so friendly that your aunt will bring it to Thanksgiving with her. So today we're diving into everything you need to know about this wine and Merlot's history, flavor profile, food pairings, and even a little drama, like I said, behind it. So by the end, you'll know exactly why this grape deserves a spot in your glass. And as always, I'll try to keep it interesting, funny, and maybe a little bit cheesy. So let's dive in. First of all, what a sad world would that be if there was no wine? Quite honestly, I have no intention of stopping drinking wine anytime soon. This is for fun only. So first things first, Merlot is a red grape that is actually one of the most widely planted grapes in the entire world. We're talking France, Italy, California, Chile, Australia. I mean, Merlot really gets around. And the name Merlot comes from the French word merle, meaning blackbird. And story tells us that it is perhaps the grapes are dark blue and almost black in color, or maybe it's because blackbirds love eating them before harvest. Either way, I think this grape has a lot of fans that are both feathered and humans too. Now here's the kicker. Merlot is very often referred to as the approachable red wine for its very soft, smooth, and velvety texture and flavor. And I think of it as a red wine that's kind of like your best friend who's so down to earth and always down to hang out, not intense, very low-key and low maintenance, as opposed to, say, like Cabernet Sauvignon, who's a way more serious of a friend who always wears black and quotes philosophy or something.
You always get to look cool, smooth, and winning, and like a handsome leading man, and I look like a big, multicolored chicken. It's ridiculous.
Merlot's story begins in Bordeaux, France. That's definitely its home turf, and Merlot plays a starring role there, especially in the right bank regions like Pomerol, Saint-Emilion. And have you ever heard of Petrus wine, for example? Yeah, that's Merlot as well. And a bottle of Petrus can cost you more than your car costs. But around the globe, Merlot can be found in different areas as well. So for example, California and Washington in the United States, and then Chile produces some amazing Merlots as well. Italy also produces Merlot, and Merlot is used in blends in Italy to produce super Tuscan wines. So as you can see, you can generally find Merlot all over the globe, and many different countries produce top-notch grape of Merlot. All right, now let's talk taste. How does Merlot actually taste like? Well, here are some classic flavor profiles of Merlot. You can taste some ripe plum, cherry, raspberry, chocolate, and sometimes even a touch of herbs or spice. And in comparison, Cabernet Sauvignon, for example, has some leather notes to it. It's got some tobacco flavors, maybe even espresso flavors that are way more intense. Whereas Merlot, for example, has way more berries. It's got some cocoa in it in comparison to like espresso in Cabernet Sauvignon. So it's like a cozy blanket. The flavor profile is just way more velvety and smooth in comparison to Cabernet Sauvignon that's super bold and super intense. Now, the style of Merlot really depends on where it comes from. For example, cool climate Merlot like France is way more structured. It's earthy, it's got notes of red fruit and herbs. And then the warm climate Merlot like from California is way juicier, it's rounder, it's got more plum and chocolate flavors to it. So if we compare Merlot to, say, a movie, you can say that it goes from, say, a romantic comedy to an exciting thriller or something in just a couple of seconds, really depending on the vineyard. Speaking of the movies, we cannot talk about Merlot without mentioning that drama piece that I spoke about in the beginning of the video, the Sideways effect. So that 2004, I believe, movie called Sideways, where Paul Giamatti's character shouts out, "I am not drinking any Merlot."
If anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any
Merlot.
So that one line in the movie totally tanked the sales of Merlot in the US overnight. Can you imagine being a grape and all of a sudden you're canceled overnight? But here's the plot twist. Because of that fallout trend of Merlot, because of that movie line, the price of Merlot also went down in the US, and because of that, you can now get some incredible bottles for a little bit cheaper than they once used to be. So thank you, Hollywood, I guess. All right, so now you've got a bottle of Merlot in your hand. What do we actually eat with it? Well, Merlot is like a golden retriever of wines. It goes with so many foods. Here are a couple of examples. Classic choice, some roast chicken, pork tenderloin, or maybe some good burger. Italian night, you say? Let's do some pasta with tomato-based sauces, maybe a lasagna or a pizza. Merlot's acidity really loves tomatoes. And then for veggie lovers, you can do a lentil stew, you can do a mushroom risotto, some grilled vegetables perhaps. And for the ones who are into cheese, we can pair Merlot with some soft cheeses. So brie, Gouda, cheddar. And then, of course, everyone will ask, how about desserts? Because we have this image of red wine and chocolate, which I personally absolutely hate, but nevertheless, I will say this, and I will not repeat this again. Merlot actually does go decently well with dark chocolate. Yes, I said it. It comes from a person who hates chocolate and wine combinations, but that combo is doable and actually tastes pretty well. So as you can see, Merlot and food, I mean, when it comes to food pairings, Merlot's like that friend in jeans and a t-shirt, it just kind of goes well with everything. It's easy. So grab a Merlot and don't overthink it when it comes to food pairings. To wrap things up for this video, let's go over some buying and serving tips for Merlot as well. So for your everyday affordable bottles, you can look into Chilean Merlot, Californian Merlot, or Merlot from Washington State. $15 to $25 will get you something very drinkable and nice. And then for fancy occasions, go ahead and get yourself some right bank Bordeaux, maybe Saint-Emilion, or even splurge on the Pomerol that I mentioned earlier. So those are, of course, going to be way pricier than our everyday choices for Merlot, but nevertheless, you will not regret. They will be absolutely delicious. Now on to serving tips. So temperature first. You want to serve Merlot slightly chilled, 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 16 to 18 degrees Celsius. You definitely don't want to serve it warm. It's just not going to taste good. It's going to taste very flabby. Don't do it. Decanting, on the other hand, something that really does well with Merlot, unless you have a Merlot from 1986, don't decant that one. You don't want to decant super old wines because you are just going to open them up and age them even faster, and you will lose all of that, fruit flavor in them. But scratch all of that. If you're drinking Merlot that's, say, under 10 years or so, 20 to 30 minutes of decanting, chef's kiss. It's gonna open it up beautifully for you. And glassware, don't overthink the glassware for Merlot. Just a nice round glass and you're golden. Generally, as far as overthinking goes, don't overthink Merlot. Wine in general is meant to be enjoyed, not overly thought about. So don't worry about overthinking, just enjoy your wine. So there you have it, the full story about Merlot, approachable, smooth, velvety, and super misunderstood grape that's been absolutely unfairly misjudged a while ago. And people, including myself, used to say, Merlot, no, I'm not gonna drink Merlot. So don't be one of them. Give Merlot a go because it's actually a gem. It's a wonderful wine that I'm now truly enjoying every once in a while, especially in colder months. So with autumn coming up soon, definitely Merlot weather in my opinion. So give it a go. And if you were one of us, people who used to say no to Merlot, please leave me a comment down below and tell me if you changed your mind since then, or perhaps you're still not drinking Merlot for whatever reason. Give me that reason in the comment down below as well. And I would like for you guys to subscribe, of course, for weekly wine content coming your way. Instagram is where you can see a little glimpse of my personal life as well. So I'll leave all of the links and addresses for you down below. Please join me there as well. Stay sipping, stay curious, and until next time, cheers everyone.